First, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, accompanied by Block Entertainment recording artists Young Jock and Hype Mike. Please welcome St. Louis native son, Cory Spinks.
So Cory Spinks, the most colorful entrance. Took a lot of energy to wrap his way in there. Young Jock, one of the big famous rappers in the world of rap. And Cory Spinks had better get all business now. He's had his little dance, but the crowd loved it. Of course, he's from right here in St. Louis. The crowd is out to see him regain a title at a different weight classification, moving up to 154 from 147. And a little of the showbiz of Cory Spinks, who dances his way in to take on Roman Karmasin from Russia. who will come in, I'm sure, all business. His style, a quick southpaw, likes to stay on the outside, utilizes impressive boxing skills and dancing skills, as we now know. He likes to box, he prefers to box, but he's not afraid to mix it up. Here's Jimmy again.
And now making his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, the defending world champion, originally from St. Petersburg, Russia. Please welcome Roman Karmasin.
The expected reaction, the boos for Karmasin, but let's see how he comes in. Traditional walk-in for Karmasin. He's coming off two very impressive 12-round victories over Kasim Uma in July of '05 and Keith Holmes in April of last year. Prior to that, he fought Jason Papillon. His only loss, you have to go back to 2002 in July, where he lost in Carlos Spain in a disputed 12-round decision, lost to Javier Castillejo, world champ. And he knows, so he said to us yesterday through his interpreter, Steve Bash, that I don't think I can get a decision here. I got to try and knock this guy out. I got to drop him a couple of times. So it's a tall order for the champ to retain his title. But he's a guy that's fought all over the world. Served in the Russian army, turned pro at age 23. He's a fine athlete. He started out as a gymnast, and he credits his balance and a lot of his skills in learning and picking up boxing moves so well from being a gymnast. So he's a very skilled fighter. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, and it'll show us a few things. As you look at it in the metric system, I'll tell you that Karmasin is 2 inches taller. Their weight officially is exactly the same at 153. Karmasin is 5 years older at age 33, and he has an inch advantage in reach. Karmasin's coming off the win over Uma, and Cory's coming off that loss 17 months ago to Zab Judah. Take a look at the rules. The 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the referee can stop the fight. Now, with the contrasting styles of these two fighters, if we get into anything with the southpaw and the right-handed fighter where we have an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds, and anything else that involves any headbutts or anything of that nature, which there could be in this fight, when you have a southpaw and a right-handed fighter, I'll explain it to you as it becomes pertinent. The big question mark for Cory, after he had that disappointing loss to Zab Judah, can he come back? The good ones can after disappointing loss. For Karmasin, if it's close, can he get a decision in the United States? This kid, as I mentioned, has fought all over the world, in the United States, Spain, Russia, Germany, Belgium, Estonia, and he's won most, so he can win on the road as he's had to throughout his career. Here's Jimmy Lennon to get the festivities started.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you and welcome to the Savas Center here in St. Louis, Missouri for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and the Savas Center in association with the undisputed King of Beers, Budweiser, and Showtime. Well, fans, this bout is sanctioned by the IBF, President Marion Muhammad, Supervisor Darrell Peoples, along with the Missouri Office of Athletics, Division Director David Broker, Executive Director Becky Dunn, Administrator Tim Lukanoff. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Reynald Caldwell and Dr. C. Lon Fotopoulos, and our timekeeper at the bell, Marcia Champion. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Liberty, Missouri, Jerry Griffin. From Hanover, Germany, Manfred Kuhler. And from Ardsley, New York, Melvina Lathan. Introducing to you our 3rd man to the ring, a referee in charge, working in this his 34th world title bout, Mark Nelson. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from St. Louis, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks, proudly representing his home and boxing heritage from St. Louis, Missouri. He weighed in at 153 pounds with a record of 34 wins, 3 losses. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he steps up in weight and challenges for the world title. Here is the former undisputed welterweight champion of the world, introducing Cory, the next generation Spinks. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion. On my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, by way of St. Petersburg, Russia. He weighed in at 153 pounds. His record stands at 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no decision, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is making the first defense of his title. Please welcome the defending IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, introducing Roman Made in Hell Karmasin. Once again, here's our referee in charge, Mark Nelson, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Okay. So Mark Nelson calls the combatants to the center of the ring with the final instructions. Cory Spinks is southpaw. In the red and gray, in the white trunks, is Karmasin.
Roman, Cory, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room for the IBF Junior Middleweight title. You know what I expect. A clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Right here's good. Establish the belt line right here's okay. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
All right, we're set to go. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, and welcome again. 12 rounds, the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. 154-pound, the champ right there, Roman Karmasin from Russia. Working and training in Los Angeles now. In Freddie Roach's gym. Freddie, by the way, isn't here. He was in the Philippines with us last week for the big fight over there, and Freddie's not feeling too well, so he couldn't make the trip after returning from the Philippines. But he's pretty happy that Manny Pacquiao won his fight against Larios. This is a different kettle of fish here now. 154-pound championship. Spinks starts fast. This is a big 24-foot ring. Spinks is a southpaw. Goes fishing downstairs. A little bit short with his punches. Karmasin is a guy who wants to work on the inside as best he can. Noticeably, he holds that left hand a little bit low, but he's very quick with it. He's got quick hands. But I doubt if they're any quicker than Cory Spinks. Cory's an excellent boxer with lightning hand speed and good foot movement. And the 24-foot ring favors him as he goes downstairs with a straight left hand. Remember, for the southpaw, that's his power shot. This fight is starting a lot faster than the Zab Judah fight started out. There were only about 3 punches thrown in the first round of the Zab Judah fight with Cory Spinks. The first fight that was anyway. Great punch. Digging shots downstairs. This is round number 1. It's scheduled for 12. Karmasin hasn't really been able to land anything yet with Cory's feet, a foot, and with his hands. And he has a little bit of a reach advantage, only about an inch. Cory's so quick. You know, one of the real good boxers in all of boxing today. Karmasin has fought 2 southpaws in a row, so this is his 3rd successive southpaw, so he knows how to fight southpaw. Kind of slaps with the left hand, but sticks the right hand out there, and Cory fight. I didn't expect Cory to engage as much this early. I expected him to bounce around and pick shots, but evidently at 154, he feels much stronger now, and he can mix with this guy. Karmasin bounces the left hand off the forehead, snaps the head back at Cory. No damage done at all. It's his ripping body shots that'll make a difference if Karmasin is going to win this fight. Both guys headhunting right now. 50 seconds to go in the first round, and good action in the first round here. This junior middleweight championship fight. Karmasin squares up a little bit, trying to get his right hand through to Cory, but he hasn't been able to land it. Pause with the left hand. Cory in and out, slides to his right, now back to his left. Wide stance, closes it up so he can drive off the back foot to get power in that right jab. There it is right there. Doing good, touching Karmasin many more times than Karmasin is touching him, but Karmasin's a power sort of guy. And when you have contrasting styles, you usually have a good fight, and that's the way this is measuring up. But Cory, with all his hand speed, is pot-shotting Karmasin right now and outboxing him through this first round. And they finally get tied up, and Karmasin rips inside, and he'd like to do more of that. Now that's Cory Spinks round number 1. Spinks has an excellent corner. Kevin Cunningham, Kenny Adams. That's Kevin Cunningham doing the talking. Kenny Adams is former Olympic coach and one of the best cutmen in the business. Jim Strickland worked that corner.
You can pot shot him. He's going to walk into what you're trying to use, what we want to do. All right? And always give him a feint or a stick. Don't just pose and be looking at him because he's using his front foot to measure you with.
Watch Spinks here now. See how quick he is? He stepped back, he set it up, and then the right hand. Watch this again. He's back, he's back. In comes Karmasin. Bam! He nails him with the right hand. Remember, for the southpaw, it's a left-hand power shot, but he's very quick with that right hand. For him, it's a right hook. So Cory outboxed Karmasin in that first round. My scoring, of course, is unofficial. Jerry Griffin, Melvina Latham, and Manfred Kula from Germany will do the official scoring. Melvina is from New York, and Jerry Griffin from the state of Missouri. This is round 2 in the white trunks. Is the champ, Roman Karmasin, Cory Spinks, in his hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, in red and gray. Karmasin wants to work on the inside as much as he can. Cory pulled the head down. A very good referee, veteran referee Mark Nelson in there. There's a nice straight right hand, almost dropped Cory. At least it caught him off balance, and he's stiffing him out. So there's the right hand power that can come at any time from Karmasin if he gets in position to land it. So of course, going up in weight, whether you can take the power of a guy who's been fighting at 154 a little bit longer than you have. Although again, this is a guy that had to kill himself to get down to 147, so his natural weight really should be 154. But he felt the power of Karmasin that time for the first time as his legs buckle with the straight right hand of Karmasin. Now for Karmasin, the right-handed fighter, his power is in his right hand. He'd like to touch Spinks up again on the chin and test him again. And he can also hook very heavily on the inside. Got a couple of inches in height over Cory, too. So you got to watch the heads coming together when a southpaw and a right-hand, especially the one guy's a couple of inches shorter. Spinks up and down, in and out, moving well to his right. Trying to get off the left shoulder so he can send that straight left hand down the middle. That's his power shot. He hasn't landed a power shot, but he's done a great job jabbing, working his way in. And then he knows he's been well trained by Kevin Cunningham because when he comes in, he knows enough to tie this guy up. And he doesn't come waltzing in the kill zone without throwing, which is a real good idea when you're fighting a power puncher like Karmasin is in this 154-pound division. Round 2 action with about a minute to go in the second round. Karmasin up on his toes right in front of Cory. He's having a better second round than he did in the first round. Cory digs a hard one to the body with his left hand. And that, again, is his power shot with the southpaw. Front feet occasionally getting tied up, but you expect that when you have a right-handed and a left-handed fighter. Watch the front feet. The idea is to work your front foot to the outside for positioning, and it's tough to do for both guys. Karmasin in white facing you. Cory in the red and gray. Is Cory Cory trying to steal it with a late round flurry here. And the chant, Cory, Cory, goes up at the bell to end the second round. Good action. I thought Karmasin won the second round.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Visa. All you need.
Everybody, welcome back to our Sports Center studio. I'm Cory Warren. We're going to start with a little baseball. The Toronto Blue Jays in action this afternoon, taking on the Oakland Athletics. Jays jump on Barry Zito in the first. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Troy Gloss goes yard. It's a grand slam to kick it off, and it's 4-0 Jays as they play in the fourth. The Red Sox hosting the Angels. Boston trailing 6-4 in the eighth when Mike Lowell's bloop ground rule double brings in a pair. It's going to tie it up at 6s as they play in the 10th. AL wildcard leading Yankees hosting the Devil Rays. 2-1 New York in the second when Thomas Perez finds the gap in left center. 2 runs scored. It's now 6-2 D-Rays as they play in the third. Just a reminder tonight, Wendy's CFL Live. We'll see the Calgary Stampeders in Regina to face the Saskatchewan Roughriders. It all gets underway. 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 Pacific. More boxing after this.
Vector meal replacement. Athletic nutrition in a unique form. Vector. Fuel up.
The Tellus Skins Game. A special year for a great event with a unique fivesome. A bear, a shark, a lion, a kid, and a Canuck. Great golf and fun at the Banff Springs course. A tribute to 5 decades of championship golf. Led by legends Jack Nicklaus and Greg Norman. 06 Players champion Stephen Ames playing at home. And crowd favorites Sergio Garcia and John Daly. The 2006 Tellus Skins Game. August 12th and 13th on TSN. CFL on TSN.
Watch the right hand now by Karmasin. Boom. And see Cory go back almost down, but it got him very good. And that's the power that come any time from Karmasin's right hand. He's known more for digging body shots. And when I talked with the American announcers, Al Bernstein and Steve Albert yesterday, we had a chance to spend some time with Cory, and Cory said, I'm not concerned with his body shots. I don't want to get hit in the chin by this guy. All right, here we go. This is round number 3. Of course, when you're in his body looks in fantastic shape. Both guys are in tremendous condition. Karmasin has had the disappointment of 4 canceled fights over the past year, where you get yourself in shape and then you have to back off and get yourself in peak shape. And when you're a prize fighter and you're fighting for the world title, you got to be in peak shape for this one night. And everything has to go your way. Cory's been off for 17 months. This is round 3 from the Savage Center, St. Louis, Missouri. The champ in white, the former undisputed champion at 147, moving up to 154 in red. That's Cory Spinks. Cory tries to land on the inside, but Karmasin avoids the shots. Cory's a very slick boxer. Karmasin missing a lot, and there's that digging, ripping body shot. And now Cory shows that he can be tough on the inside, too. Talked about him being the nephew of Michael Spinks, a former light heavyweight champ of the world. And his dad, of course, beat Muhammad Ali to become heavyweight champion of the world, and his career didn't do much after that, as Ali took the title back from him. But nonetheless, he wears that moniker an even sort of round through the first minute and 30 seconds. Cory right now is outboxing him again as he shows his hand speed and maneuverability. And Karmasin just trying to catch up, and hopefully for him, he wants to land a power shot. But it's tough getting in there when a guy closes that kill zone or closes that gap between the two fighters and is throwing all the time. I mean, that's perfect stuff. Cory landed a good shot inside that time. Now, this is tough for Karmasin right now, but it's always tough for him. He had Uma down a couple of times in his last fight. And he almost dropped Cory in the second round of this fight, but Cory's legs held him up. When you get hit on the chin and you don't go, that's an issue. You get caught with the right hand that time, and it didn't shift him. Karmasin almost looks like he reaches sometimes with his left hand. He holds it kind of low. A little puffiness by that left eye, and maybe he's paying the price of the right hand jab of Cory Spinks. He's trying to work off that left shoulder of Karmasin to avoid his right hand power shot and be in position to land his own straight left down the middle. But the left eye right below it is getting puffy. I really should say the left cheek of Karmasin. Cory's outboxed him in this round. Good round for Cory Spinks. So round 1 to Cory, round 2 to Karmasin, round 3 to Cory Spinks. That one's in the books. Nice sheet for Cory.
Oh, that's what I call a car alarm. I won't be needing that. I don't drink in sleds. Please drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Smirnoff Ice.
Everywhere you want to go seems a lot closer with the American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. You'll earn up to 25% more Aeroplan miles on everyday purchases, but that's not where the miles end. Free supplementary cards help you earn Aeroplan miles even faster. Apply today and we'll get you closer right now with a welcome bonus of 5,000 Aeroplan miles. The American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. 25% more Aeroplan miles, free supplementary cards, and 5,000 welcome bonus miles. To get your card, click on our website or call 1-866-509-AMEX. Earn faster, get closer. Apply for your card today.
JVC, the leader in HD technology, featuring its 3-chip HD ILA microdisplays, is proud to present TSN HD.
Your age doesn't decide what you can do, you do.
Oh, competition tomorrow.
And when you can't eat right, you trust the science of Centrum Select for people over 50.
Cory Spinks has gone 12 rounds several times in his career against Larry Marks in 01, against Michel Piccirillo in a losing effort in 02, come back and won against Piccirillo in Italy, and against Ricardo Mayorga, against Zab Judah, against Miguel Angel Gonzalez. All 12-round victories there for Cory. And here he is going right back to what Kevin Cunningham told him. All you got to do is box. And this is really all he has to do. And meanwhile, make sure his defense is quick enough so that he doesn't get nailed by the right hand by Karmasin like he did in the second round. But if he boxes like this, in and out, side to side, use the 24-foot ring and use what he has and is so skilled at, and that's boxing. It's not going to be the most crowd-pleasing fight in the world, but this guy will end up with the title if he can do it. All the time, he's got to make sure he doesn't expose the left side of his head and chin to Karmasin. Because Karmasin can drop you. He's the one punch knockdown power. Cory battles back, and I like what I'm seeing every once in a while when Karmasin attacks. He shows his grit and his toughness. Karmasin realizes he got his hands full with this guy tonight. was not particularly going his way, with the exception of one big shot he landed in the second round, which almost dumped Cory, which has him in the fight to this point. Other than that, Cory's really outboxed him. And through the first minute and 30 seconds of round 4, he's outboxing him. At the Savage Center in St. Louis, Missouri, you're watching King Vision around the world. This is for the world title. This is Cory on the assault, and the crowd comes to its feet. As Cory pressures Roman Karmasin. Mind you, Karmasin is a tough cookie, and he doesn't mind fighting on the road. He's done it throughout his life. Tell me how he's going to cut the ring off when Cory kept moving. He said, hey, you're going to have to do his interpreter again. And Steve Bash, he said, you're going to have to watch me. Before saying you got to step to the left, you got to slide. You can't chase the guy around. You got to cut him off by sliding left and sliding right to the movement. If you chase him around, you're going to get nailed. You got to slide left, slide right, and get yourself in position to throw your own shot. You can't chase after him. Karmasin, he just goes in and you go, man, I want to do it, but he just can't do it because Cory's so quick with his hands and so quick on his feet. As Cory up at his feet, dances around, uses the big 24-foot ring, slides around to his right, avoiding the right-hand power shot of Karmasin. Karmasin throws it, but he's not there. When Karmasin comes straight forward, he has to worry about the hand speed of Cory Spinks. Otherwise, he's got to make sure he doesn't get caught in the trap of chasing around so Cory can counter him when he comes in. He's got to slide left and right. That's a good round of boxing for Cory Spinks. Crowd likes it.
So is Mom coming back?
I don't think she's ever coming back.
Look, your mother just needs a little time.
The new Baja ATVs. The 90cc is perfect for beginners, while the powerful 250 is great for experienced riders. They're affordable and built to last. Outdoor fun starts at Canadian Tire.
You're in charge now.
Everywhere you want to go seems a lot closer with the American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. You'll earn up to 25% more Aeroplan miles on everyday purchases, but that's not where the miles end. Free supplementary cards help you earn Aeroplan miles even faster. Apply today and we'll get you closer right now with a welcome bonus of 5,000 Aeroplan miles. The American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. 25% more Aeroplan miles, free supplementary cards, and 5,000 welcome bonus miles. To get your card, click on our website or call 1-866-509-AMEX. Earn faster, get closer. Apply for your card today.
A demonstration of ultimate competition. Yacht against yacht, crew against crew, and everyone against nature. The spirit of yachting. Tuesday at 1 on TSN. Brought to you by Rolex.
Build a better game with Golf Town. For a limited time only, receive a free tailor-made rescue mitt with the purchase of an 8-piece R7 XD iron set. Available at Golf Town now. We have everything you need to play your very best.
And I'm going to show you what happens when Karmasin chases after him. He gets countered. And then Cory works him into the corner and he gets nailed. Once he gets off balance, Cory jumps right on him. So you can't chase after him. The problem is, even though as a seasoned professional fighter, you know I should be sliding left and right to cut him off. And that's one thing that they teach Russian boxers a lot, is how to cut the ring off. They're very well schooled, Russian fighters, from the time they're young amateurs. But there's a frustration point where, you know, sometimes a boxer becomes a real fighter, and there are times when your mindset is a street fight, and you get the toughness, and things aren't going your way, and you go after them, and you make mistakes, and then you get countered like Cory countered him that time. It's very frustrating, and that is the momentum that Cory has going for him, and the Karmasin might be feeling a bit of that frustration right now. Look at that. He's on the inside, which ordinarily is Karmasin's territory, and Cory smothered him on the inside by hitting him. You notice this about Cory Spinks. When he enters the kill zone, he's punching all the time. Then he comes out and he stops. Watch him when he enters. He enters throwing. And look at him counter. Referee Nelson says, keep the hands up to both guys. See, when Cory reaches with his right hand, is naturally he's shorter, smaller man. He's going to be a little bit low when he reaches. If he's firing off the back foot, he doesn't have to worry about that. Karmasin, who has a little bit reach advantage in height, if he reaches, see, he's frustrated right now with the movement. And he made the same mistake. He didn't get hit that time, but he made the mistake of walking after him instead of sliding laterally. When he walks after him, he gets counted. Look at this. See, when he comes straight in, and you can see the frustration as comes up running. I can feel for him in there. Everything's working for Cory right now. He's just really putting on a clinic of boxing right now. Frustration setting in for Karmasin. He can't catch up with the guy. Goes downstairs, misses short. Cory circles to his right, moving, pulling back. When he comes in, he engages. Right back out again. This is terrific stuff. This is really good boxing. This is boxing at its very best at this level when there's a world title on the line. Mind you, Karmasin is strong, so Cory can't afford to make any mistakes. He's got to concentrate, come in, be firing when he comes in, and get back out. And he's doing that perfectly. Back outside the killer. Look at this. He's out. He's out. He comes in and he's throwing when he comes in. Karmasin now chasing him again. He caught him with the right hand, but that's going to happen. I mean, this guy's a world champ. Now, Cory really boxing extremely well right now. This is really good stuff. Karmasin caught him with a couple of shots, but Cory's all right. Once in a while, I wonder if he can handle the real power shot by Karmasin. He looked like he was rocked just a bit by that combination of Karmasin. But Cory's so excellent at slipping punches and firing when he comes in. You know, if I'm teaching a young fighter how to hit and don't get hit, I'd like to put up this last round of Cory Spinks. This is good stuff. Closing seconds now, the fifth. There's the bell to end it. That's another Spinks round in my book. Director John Gallagher has caught exactly what I want to see. Watch him in and out. Notice when he closes the gap, he's throwing, and then he gets back outside. Now, occasionally Karmasin will catch him, but look who lands most of his shots. And Karmasin caught him there, but Cory countered immediately. See him outside, beyond where Karmasin can reach him. Then he goes in, and he gets right back out. He doesn't linger in there. A lot of young fighters make the mistake of lingering on the inside. And it happens especially when they begin to get fatigued along about this time in the fight, 6th, 7th, and 8th round. They lose a little bit of concentration, and they start getting hit. And this guy's frustrated. He's the reigning world champ, and I got him behind by 3 points after 5 rounds. And I've given him only 1 round. That's the second. So Cory is boxing perfectly. If he follows what Kevin Cunningham and Kenny Adams have instructed him to do, he's just going to outbox this guy. And should he get cut, he's got Jim Strickland, one of the very best cutmen in the business, working his corner. So they've got a very professional corner with him. They know what they're doing. And Cory is executing the fight plan perfectly. Actually flew out from Las Vegas to the fight with Kenny Adams, and Kenny told me exactly what he was going to do. They're going to circle, work off the left shoulder, and just pot shot him. Use the jab, and when he can, counter him with the left-hand power shot, just like that. That time, Karmasin tried to get cute and grab his left hand, and Cory let fly, rather the right hand, and Cory let fly with the left. So Cory can be tough on the inside, too, a place where you expect Karmasin to excel. But Cory's taking it away from him. He's almost smothering him on the few times that he gets caught on the inside. This is round 6. It's scheduled for 12, championship round. Straight left hand. Right back to Karmasin with the right, but it's partially blocked by Cory Spinks. I see Cory's on the inside. He knows what to do. Grab, walk your man back on your heels. Remember when Francois Bota fought Mike Tyson and he had everything going his way because he'd engage and then grab Mike and walk him back on his heels, and everything was great until he started a hot dog at 1 round and Mike caught him with 1 shot and it was over. It's different because one shot doesn't usually end the fight at this particular weight class, but it can change the course of the fight now. So far, Cory is just not making any mistakes. Digging body shot downstairs, so he's mixing it up just enough. When he comes in, he grabs enough, lets the referee, Mark Nelson, do his job and separate it. See him just outside the zone. He got caught inside the zone that time without throwing, and you see what happens. Karmasin counters him. And remember what I said, when you get along the 6th, 7th, and 8th round, fatigue, let your mind do things that you don't really want to do. So if that happens to Cory, he can get caught on the inside. He's got to stay concentrated and focused. This is a mind game. It's not just like, you know, we fight out in the streets of when we were kids, where you just let it all fly. These guys have to think when they're in there. This is professional boxing. Karmasin coming on pretty good right now. Trying to catch him on the inside, but he's downstairs. He lets fly with a left-hand shot on the inside, and the referee Nelson warns him. But you know, when things aren't going your way, sometimes you try to get away with something like that. So that's the slickness and the intelligence of Karmasin. You know, nothing's going his way. He's frustrated, so he takes a shot at letting fly when the referee's separating. That's why they say you got to defend yourself at all times. That was a better round for Karmasin, but I don't think the judges can give him that round. The bell ends the 6th round.
JVC, the leader in HD technology, featuring full 1080p LCD flat panel displays, is proud to present TSN HD.
Everywhere you want to go seems a lot closer with the American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. You'll earn up to 25% more Aeroplan miles on everyday purchases, but that's not where the miles end. Free supplementary cards help you earn Aeroplan miles even faster. Apply today and we'll get you closer right now with a welcome bonus of 5,000 Aeroplan miles. The American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. 25% more Aeroplan miles, free supplementary cards, and 5,000 welcome bonus miles. To get your card, click on our website or call 1-866-509-AMEX. Earn faster, get closer. Apply for your card today.
Nothing chills like a French vanilla ice cap. One of 4 delicious new flavors from Tim Hortons. Add any flavor to your ice cap for only 25 cents.
What's that? It's a Rolo chocolate cone.
Let me see. So it's ice cream.
Rolo ice cream, caramel, and a chocolate cone.
Exactly. You know she just took your cone.
The Rolo chocolate cone from Nestle.
In the best shape of your life.
As you see there, please watch Karmasin now. Watch the left hand. Karmasin skipping forward. Catches with a couple of rights. Bounces that left off the ear. And there's the left hand on the inside, which you got to protect yourself at all times. And he accepts the warning. Well, some judges could have given that round to Karmasin, but I thought that Cory in the early part of the round was outboxing a little. Again, it could be a turning point if Karmasin can continue to pressure this guy and get on the inside and land some shots out. Let's see if Cory can stay focused. Kevin Cunningham began to chew him up, then he backed off a little bit and told him he was boxing great. You don't want to... And then he reinforced the fact that you're in great shape. And he is in great shape, but both of these guys are in great shape. There's Cory landing the left-hand power shot. It doesn't hurt Karmasin, but it catches his attention. Neither fighter has been down. Cory was shaken a little bit in the 2nd round when he was caught with a flush right hand and almost went down, but the strength in his legs because of conditioning kept him up. Otherwise, it's been pretty much a boxing tennis. in and out, letting fly. When Karmasin closes the gap, he counterpunches. Backing off, using the big ring. And I mentioned the frustration factor in the last round for Karmasin, and you saw his reaction when he had to be separated by the referee, let fly with his right hand. But he's got to do something now. I mean, if I'm him, I'm going to grab Cory. I'm going to maybe even hit him with a shot, you know, down right in the belt buckle. I'm not advocating dirty fighting. Yeah, like that. Like that shot right there. You've got to do something to get him off his fight plan. Karmasin knows all the tricks. He's a professional fighter and a skilled fighter. But things aren't going his way. And again, he's having a pretty good session right here for the last 10 or 12 seconds. Cory has that matter-of-fact look on his face. You're in my hometown, you're in my office. Sliding back and forth. This is a round similar to the last round, and that some judges could at this stage be giving it to Karmasin. Good shot. Karmasin caught him with the left hand that time and the right hand inside. What's happening now, it happened a couple times in the 6th round. It's happened 2 or 3 times here in the 7th round. Because Cory isn't always firing when he comes in, or he's a little bit lazy when he comes in. Where in the first 5 rounds of the fight, I mean, he was in, throwing, and out. See, once you get just a little bit lazy, you get a little close without throwing, and he's reaching with his right hand. And when he reaches with his right hand, he drops his left, and he's open for a right hand. And that's something you got to guard against. And part of the reason for that, I think, is, you know, the fatigue factor that comes around the middle rounds, like I talked about. Karmasin may have caught him on the inside that time. This is Karmasin's round with 22 seconds to go. So Karmasin started to look better in the last round, and I think he's winning the 7th round. He blasts Cory on the inside, and that's where he'd like to fight this thing the rest of the way, is on the inside. See Cory letting him in now without throwing. He wasn't making that mistake earlier in the fight. So maybe Karmasin's starting to catch up with him. I think Karmasin won the 7th round. He's a better look in his eye in terms of confidence. I can't tell you what he's saying because, of course, they're speaking Russian.
Передерживаешь паузы и очень даешь ему работать. Ты, когда передерживаешь паузы...
All right, take a look at this action we have for you now. Let's see what we've got for you. See Cory getting caught, and you watch Karmasin landing the shot. You see, you weren't seeing that a couple of rounds ago because Cory was just perfect. Remember I said that 5th round that Cory put on was a clinic in boxing. And in the 6th round, Karmasin began to have a better round, although I still gave it to Spinks. Some judges could have given that round to Karmasin. And now I've got it 68-65 with Karmasin winning the 7th round and the 2nd round where he actually staggered Cory. Other than that, everything else for Cory. But if the judges gave the 6th round to Karmasin, this fight is only a couple of points apart. All right, this is the 8th round in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see if Cory can work in and out. He's trying to do that now. Not as accurate as he was in 1 through 5. That's good stuff there. Is that he still knows what he's doing. Coming in when he closes the gap now, and that time he grabbed. And see, still, Karmasin's getting away with coming in now, but Cory wasn't allowed to do that before. Part of that's fatigue factor, although he's in great shape. The mind gets fatigued, too, as your body gets a little fatigued. You don't even realize it, but it happens to athletes. And that's when little mistakes are made. And this fight, as good as both of these guys can box, it's only going to be a little mistake that can make the difference in the fight. Cory in and out, but Karmasin goes after him that time and catches him. Cory counters him and comes back, then grabs him, holds him, walks him back. And Karmasin says to the ref, hey, he's grabbing me, he's holding me. You know, part of that is a real good design by the corner of Spinks. They know what they're doing. You don't want to give this guy, Karmasin, any shots to the inside. He hasn't landed the big body shot. Cory picks it off and throws, that time, the lead left hand to his power shot. See, they don't want him exchanging on the inside with this guy. Karmasin is strong on the inside, very strong. But he's getting inside more than he was before. Look, Cory's boxing well in the 8th. Getting the jab off. See, he's still got the ID, knows what he wants to do, but he's just not as slick at it as he was in the first 5 rounds of the fight. That time he got away with being in there, and the right hand just whistling past the nose of Spinks. On the inside here, he blasts him. See, he didn't grab him and wrap him up. You got to grab him, wrap him up, walk him back. If you grab him and you don't wrap him up, he's got one hand free, you're going to get nailed. You got to get him back on his heels, so if he does hit you, he doesn't have any power. So Cory making very slight little mistakes now. But I have a feeling that's a little bit of the fatigue factor. He's still boxing excellently, don't get me wrong. I'm pointing out some very minute things that he's doing here and not doing. And you see the wealth underneath both eyes of the champ, Karmasin in white. I'm Colonel Bob Sheridan. You're watching King Vision worldwide in the closing seconds of the 8th round. This is a tough round to score. Karmasin has forced the action, and I don't know if Cory's done enough to counter him to win that round. That's a very, very tough round to score.
The sky is perfect blue, no cloud could spoil the view. It's a sign from above that shows that we're in love. All the birds and the bees are flying in the trees. The sun's in the sky, just for you and I. It's a sign from above that shows that we're in love.
Everywhere you want to go seems a lot closer with the American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. You'll earn up to 25% more Aeroplan miles on everyday purchases, but that's not where the miles end. Free supplementary cards help you earn Aeroplan miles even faster. Apply today and we'll get you closer right now with a welcome bonus of 5,000 Aeroplan miles. The American Express Aeroplan Plus Gold Card. 25% more Aeroplan miles, free supplementary cards, and 5,000 welcome bonus miles. To get your card, click on our website or call 1-866-509-AMEX. Earn faster, get closer. Apply for your card today.
Over the past 50 years, millions of Canadians have come to rely on the professionals at Speedy Muffler Brake and Wheel. And right now, during our 50th anniversary sale, you can save 50% on all our quality brake pads and shoes. Speedy Muffler Brake and Wheel, serving Canadians since 1956.
How much do you owe him?
About $3 grand. It's payback time.
How long will my husband be away?
And the women get even. But the guys have a few kicks of their own.
None of my credit cards are working, and I can't seem to log into my account. Adam has some bad news.
Cash in on a new episode of the summer's hottest drama.
You should have seen this coming.
Whistler, tomorrow at 10 on CTV.
With more hours of events, TSN HD is Canada's sports leader in high definition. This fall, sports fans get even more news and highlights in HD when SportsCenter goes high definition. Make the move to TSN HD and experience more sports like never before. TSN HD, Canada's sports leader in high definition.
4 rounds to go. I've got Cory out in front in this fight, but the rounds are getting closer now. Cory Spinks 1 through 5 was almost perfect, with the exception of getting tagged one time in the second round, which was heavy enough to give Karmasin most likely on the judges' scorecards the second round. And then it wasn't until the 7th round that I gave Karmasin another round. I also gave him the 8th, but I can see how judges would go the other way in that one. So let's see how it comes down the wire. This is the 9th round. Karmasin trying to pressure Cory. Right now, it's set in a very tough professional prize fight. Spinks does a nice job with the jab, in and out now. And then he gets on the inside. Now it's perfect. He walks him back on the heels again. But he's fresh, you know, after the, you know, he's only in the first minute of this round. And on the outside, when karmasin closes the gap, Cory grabs. You get two choices. You grab or slide and get out of there. One of the two. Or, of course, the other thing is to throw. But if you're not set up to land, you might as well either get out or grab. And Cory holding him off by throwing that time. Now this time, Cory gets off first. And that's part of who's going to win this fight, too, is down the wire, who gets off first. Karmasin just grazed the right side of the jaw that time of Spinks. Spinks doing a nice job working off that left shoulder of Karmasin. He hasn't thrown a lot of left hands down the middle, but on the occasion that he has, he's cut Karmasin. But you can see the puffy cheeks of Karmasin by the left hands that he is landing. Luckily, we haven't had a serious situation with the heads clashing. Now, time has been called. He sent Karmasin to a neutral coma. The mouthpiece is out of Cory Spinks' mouth.
Let's go. Hold up. Come on, get it in here, baby. Ready?
Mouthpiece back in, and away we go in the 9th round. These guys don't bother touching gloves. They're pros. They're here to fight. Great right hand landed by Karmasin, but not a lot of power, and Cory battles right back. Karmasin, the champ in white. Cory Spinks to the left of your screen in the black and rather in the red and gray. Black shoes on Karmasin, red shoes on Spinks. 41 seconds to go, and this round is up for grabs too. These are close rounds now, the last 2 or 3 rounds, and I've given 2 of them to Karmasin. You can still win this round too. Spinks has done enough to win this round, and I don't know if Karmasin is either for that matter. He caught him pretty good that time. Cory catches one more. He caught him again. He may just have stolen the round for those last 2 good shots. As I say that, Karmasin comes back and Cory hangs on, walks him back. Well, another tough round to score. When you have close rounds like this, it makes it tough for the judges, and the bell ends. Remember what Karmasin himself said. I think Cory Spinks won that round, though.
Round winner.
Well, I've got Cory out in front unofficially by 3 points with 3 rounds to go. That's, you know, giving Karmasin the 8th round, which could have gone either way. And a couple of other close rounds. But again, I'm not doing the official scoring.
All right, don't leave him more strict. Just wipe his nose out with it.
Gotta get it stopped.
Yeah, no, just wipe his nose out with it. Put it in there and wipe his nose out. Don't leave it.
Watch this, Karmasin up and down, upstairs, straight right hand, digging the body. Cory doing a nice job, missing, forcing him to miss. And there were other flurries in that round that Cory landed some nice punches. But an ever so slight margin, I gave the 9th round to Spinks, mostly based on the last couple of punches that he landed inside of about 15 seconds remaining. This is the 10th round. It's championship time. Remember, this is scheduled for 12 rounds. This is the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship, or the 154-pound championship of the world. Roman Karmasin behind in my score sheet. Been some close rounds, but I feel quite comfortable that Spinks is out in front in the fight. Karmasin would almost have to knock him down to win this fight now, according to my score. Almost had Spinks down in the 2nd round. Other than that, neither fighter has been shaken in the fight. Cory has a little puffiness around his eyes, but there's a lot of puffiness below both eyes of Karmasin. With the dark complexion of Cory, it doesn't show quite as much as it does on the champ's face, though, because you can really see the bruising on his cheeks. So when you look at the two fighters, Karmasin looks like the guy losing, and he is behind a my score sheet. But the first minute is gone, and this round is dead even. 2 counter punches by Karmasin, and right back a counter by Cory. Spinks getting that right hand out. He's not making the mistake of entering the kill zone now without throwing punches. He's boxing very nice now. He's down on his heels a little bit, but he's still moving nice. And when he comes in, he knows enough to hang on and walk the guy back. Staying outside now, not getting caught in the inside. When he comes in, he's throwing again. So even though both guys are fatigued, Spinks is not making mistakes like he was a couple of rounds ago that may have cost him a couple of rounds. And for Karmasin, it's a question of frustration right now. He actually looks to be the fresher of the two. Cory looks a little like his legs are a little heavy right now to me. Even though he moves very well on his legs, he looks a little heavy in the legs. As I say that, he lets fly with a straight left hand. It's his power shot and catches Karmasin. Doesn't hurt him, but he certainly catches his attention. Well, there's plenty of sting left in the hands. If the legs are a little bit short of Cory, they're not much. Blasts the body, did Karmasin when he's on the inside. Those are the sort of things he's got to do to try to get this thing going his way. Because things really haven't gone his way in this fight. This has been an excellent prize fight. Great boxing match. Two finely conditioned athletes. And this, with all the knocking that they give boxing men, when you see it like this is as good as the sport is. Karmasin blasts him with the right hand, misses with the right hand, catches him that time. 15 seconds to go in the 10th round. Karmasin caught him pretty good. Cory's legs a little bit loose in the knee and heavy in the heel. Karmasin blasts him again. I think Karmasin now has won this round. That's a good round. I think Karmasin won that round.
The sky's perfect blue, no cloud could spoil the view. It's a sign from above that shows that we're in love. All the birds and the bees are flying in the trees. The sun's in the sky, and just for you and I, it's a sign from above that shows that we're in love.
If you've ever had a cold sore, you just want to get rid of it. Abreva can help. It's the #1 selling cold sore treatment in Canada. Available without prescription, Abreva is clinically proven to speed healing and reduce the duration of symptoms. Abreva is the only cold sore medicine that restricts entry of the cold sore virus into surrounding cells, limiting its ability to spread. So don't suffer the discomfort of cold sores any longer than you have to. Help get rid of them with Abreva. Brand power, helping you buy better.
Many hopes. Many dreams. Many players. Many nations. One drink. One heart. JVC, the leader in HD technology, featuring LCD flat panel and HD ILA microdisplays, is proud to present TSN HD.
Red Lobster's bringing you something new. Seafood creations like you've never tasted, like sweet Maui Luau shrimp and salmon, honey barbecue shrimp and chicken, and our harborside lobster and shrimp for limited time only at Red Lobster.
Now, you know from Kevin Cunningham that Spinks is in great physical condition, and let's see what the minute has done to revive him. Here we go, the 11th round. It's definitely championship time now. Spinks out in front by a couple of points with these 2 rounds to go. Nice straight left hand set up by the right hand jab, and then the straight left hand by Cory. Well, Cory has grabbed the first 30 seconds of this round based on that. There's a sense of urgency by Roman right now as he lands the right hand on the inside. Cory's got to get back to his thinking, and that's get in and get out. He get caught inside and get nailed with the right hand. And it seems like every time he makes a mistake now and has that little lapse, that Roman's able to capitalize on it. Most of the time, Cory has been in and out, and in a couple of rounds, he's had little sort of mental lapses that I believe are by fatigue, because he knows what to do. He's so well conditioned. See, his legs a little bit better right now than they were in the last round. He's got the nice movement, continues to go to his left. He's most effective when he goes to his right, because he's getting away from the powerful right hand. But he's out of room over there in this big 20-foot ring, so he lets fly with his own left hand. A hold Karmasin off. And nice straight left hand. That's the power shot to the southpaw. And now they mix it up. See, he doesn't need to do this with this guy. All he has to do is box. But he's a fighter, and fighters want to mix. Nice straight left hand by Cory. Again, he's landed his share of right hands in this fight. He hasn't been able to shift. Karmasin said, come on, let's fight. Man, this is a determined couple of guys, the right hand. And Cory doesn't want to be sucked into a punch-up with this guy. He's doing a great job outboxing him. Oh, look at the power. That one whistled past the nose of Cory Spinks. And Cory doing a nice job. In and out, in and out. He feels the ropes. He does exactly the right thing. He slides down the ropes, using the big ring to his advantage. Comes in sort of walking after him as he's frustrated. He's not cutting off the ring now. He's chasing him. But he's frustrated. He wants to nail this guy in the worst way. Cory has counted him excellently here in the 11th round. This is really good boxing. Karmasin landed a good right hand on the inside. Karmasin, now he slides down to the right and cuts off the ring a little bit. Lines up the shot. You see, Karmasin, when he gets caught on the inside like this, Cory works inside his hands, and Karmasin just can't nail him to the body. That time he tries to blast downstairs, and Cory's skipping away. Cory's got full concentration right now in the last few seconds of the 11th round. Ah, man, look at this. The clean shots in the 11th round were landed by Cory. Karmasin had his kind, but Cory won the round. Listen to the crowd. It's on its feet.
Chappelle's Show, The Lost Episodes on DVD is here, uncensored. Yeah! With over an hour of extras, including 5 unaired sketches and deleted scenes.
How can you repeat?
Chappelle's Show, The Lost Episodes. Buy it today.
Designed to captivate. Designed to illuminate. The luxury sedan designed to outperform. The M from Infinity. JVC, the leader in HD technology, featuring its 3-chip HD ILA microdisplays, is proud to present TSN HD.
When I'm looking to get away for some great-tasting ribs, I head to Montana's Cookhouse. Hickory smoked, fall off the bone, and right now from Sunday to Wednesday, they're all you can eat. So head down to Montana's Cookhouse. Hey, I just might see you there.
Last month in Calgary, Pure Later Tackle Hunger raised 12,000 pounds of food for local food banks. Thanks, Stampeder fans. Now it's your turn, Vancouver. Bring your food donations to the August 4th Lions game. Pure Later Tackle Hunger.
Friday night translates into a pigskin doubleheader here on TSN. First, Jason Moss and the Ticats rebound on a Portage in Maine. The face-off against Charles Roberts and the Blue Bombers.
Friday night football.
Then, Ricky Ray and the Eskimos try to knock off Dave Dickinson and the Lions in part 2 of our Civic Holiday Friday Night Football Fest. Ticats Bombers, Eskies Lions, Wendy's CFL on TSN.
Running on the rails through a freight train of 43 cars on a 2.5-mile track in front of 250,000 fans and millions around the world is easy. Doing it at 200 miles per hour for 4 hours that's the tough part. Winning a championship is tough. Winning 4, even tougher. The right team, the right setup, the right lane. Victory lane. This is my ride. This is my sports center.
Karmasin knows he's not going to win a close decision. He's got to knock this guy out. He might score cheap. So he should be ears back and letting it fly. And it should be some 12th round. Karmasin, in my opinion, needs a knockout to win. Cory probably was told that by his corner, so all he has to do is box. Karmasin has a sense of urgency. Cory holds him off up at his toes. He's got his bounce back in his knees and his heels. He's up on his toes, holding him off with a right-hand jab. Karmasin trying to slide down those ropes, cut off the ring, and nail this guy with a right-hand shot. Every time Karmasin reaches for him, Cory's been able to counter him. And he grabs him, walks him back. He's got 30 seconds eaten up with the 12th round. That's good for Spinks. Karmasin hasn't laid a glove on him here so far in the 12th. And misses that shot. Cory really confident now. He bobs, weaves, grabs him, ties him up, spins him. Cory doing everything he has to do, fighting the smart fight right now. This is all he has to do. Hot shots him, grabs him. There's a little fatigue factor because he's been dancing, which is like running for a minute straight. I don't mean running away, but running, up on his toes and dancing. And in the 12th round, you can imagine what kind of conditioning it takes to be in this kind of shape to do this. Both guys in great shape. Big frustrating factor now for Karmasin, who must land a big shot to try to pull this fight out for himself. Spinks is doing exactly what he wants to do. Stays away. Karmasin frustrated inside because he wants to fight and slug. And that's not Cory Spinks' fight. Not now, not ever. This guy's an excellent boxer, and all he has to do is exactly what he's doing. Minute 15 seconds to go in this fight. What a great boxing performance by two tremendous professional athletes, and especially terrific boxing by Cory Spinks, who I believe is about to lift the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship from Roman Karmasin. Karmasin is frustrated. He's got that look at his face. Man, I came to fight, and I can't fight you. That time he was counted. What frustration for Karmasin. He can't catch this guy. As a mouthpiece out and time is called with 42 seconds to go.
Cory, come here.
This time it's Karmasin's, well, he's got 42 seconds left to try and knock this guy out. Otherwise, he's most likely going to lose this fight. The crowd boosters, they're so happy with what Cory Spinks, anything that Karmasin does to slow this down, they don't like. That's what happens when you're in the backyard of the hometown favorite, Cory Spinks. Karmasin, real sense of urgency with 23 seconds to go in the fight. Cory does a nice job. This is smart boxing. Karmasin trying to measure him with the right hand. What a terrific fight this has been. What a boxing show this guy put on. 10 seconds to go in the fight. Karmasin really hunting him down. Cory didn't do much but counter a couple of times. Karmasin's going to win the last round, but Spinks is going to win the fight. That's a brilliant performance, in my opinion, by Cory Spinks. I think Cory Spinks is going to get the decision. Now remember, the judges are Jerry Griffin from Missouri, Melvina Lathan from New York, and Manfred Kula from Germany. Kula will most likely have the closest score. And remember, when I'm scoring along, I'm just trying to give you an indication of the flow of the fight. My score has nothing to do with it, but I've got Spinks winning by 2 points, 115-113. I have an idea that Griffin and Lathan will have it a little further apart than that, and Kula will probably have it about where I have it. That would be my guess. But that's only to give you an idea. Cory Spinks, in my opinion, has won this fight. But we'll wait, because there were some close rounds in the fight. Watch this action from the last round where Karmasin just had an idea that he knew he had to knock him out. But Cory does such a terrific job as the mouthpiece slips out. It took away his momentum, actually, at that time. He didn't mean to spit it out. It just slipped out. And referee Mark Nelson had to call time. But Karmasin, at this stage now, is frustrated. He must know he needs a knockout. We discussed the close decision, and he, at no time, thought he was going to get it. But I thought Cory Spinks, certainly he proved against a strong puncher like Karmasin that he can handle 154, and it just boxed tremendously in this fight. This is a terrific performance, and yes, Cory Spinks is back, and yes, Cory Spinks may be the new world champ, and yes, Cory can handle 154 pounds. Those are the questions that were answered tonight. And Karmasin put on some show himself. Neither fighter was down. Nobody really shaken except for Spinks when he got nailed in the round that he was winning in the second round. Then he got clipped with a real good right hand, but was conditioned well enough to stay up and keep his feet. I want to thank statistics tonight provided by Nobu Ikoshima and Alan Hopper. Appreciate their efforts, and transmission was provided by Strategic TV. Matt Bridges on the scene here. As always, thank you, Matt, for your great efforts on our behalf. We're waiting for Jimmy Lennon Jr. Kenny Adams, one of the cornermen who flew out from Las Vegas with me, leaned over and said, "Colonel, I told you what we were going to do." And yes, Kenny, he executed exactly what you told me he was going to do. Jimmy Lennon Jr. standing by. Here's Jimmy with the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Jerry Griffin scores the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. Judges at ringside, Melvina Lathan and Manfred Kuchler both score the bout 115 to 113 in favor of the winner and new IBF Cory, the next generation.
Oh, there he is, the new IBF Junior Middleweight Championship, but it wasn't unanimous. Jerry Griffin of Missouri called it a draw, 114-114. And the other two judges had it exactly the same way as I saw the fight, 115-113. Melvina Lathan and Manfred